on back.
Known as a person's best friend, dogs have proven to be a needed companion. And Sarah Ballard's dogs are just that. But they also have a necessary, life-saving job. And as you can see, they all look completely different.
So when I am encouraging people to look for a dog that's going to do well in service, I'm actually not talking at all about the skills that they bring or even the breeding behind them. Get the ball, fetch! I am talking more about personality characteristics. So silly.
As the owner of Dog Training Elite in Denver, she trains dogs to be service animals.
For years, we've kind of been selective about which dog does which thing. And I think we as people are very quick to fall into stereotypes, to be honest.
But as she points out, that's not how you find the best dog for the job.
And it comes down to breaking barriers and stereotypes for service dog clients, for people in our community who really need the support and they're just trying to go to a restaurant or shop in a grocery store and people are like, you can't come in here. What's a service dog? Well, no, it can't be a service dog because it doesn't fit our stereotypical understanding of only labs and golden retrievers.
In her expertise, Breed shows us little about a dog's ability or behavior.
The relationship between the person and the dog is the most important thing for them being able to provide the services and the comfort that the dogs are intended to.
So when it comes to that breed specific, once again, there is no such thing.
That relationship, along with specific drives and character traits, is something Brett Titus looks for when training dogs to be canines.
There are specific breeds that tend to have better drives and better character traits than others, but none of them. There's no breed that can be lumped under, German Shepherds. All German Shepherds are protective. All German Shepherds should be police dogs. So not true. Very, very social when it comes to any other creatures, really.
With a nearly 30-year career in law enforcement, much of which was spent working with canines, he's an expert on what to look for.
In the police world, military world, there used to be this big misconception of, ooh, the nastier the dog, the better. We've seen that in some breed-specific things as well. So not true. If they have the physical ability to do it, and they have the drives and character traits that I talked about, I will work that dog.
While these two trained dogs for completely different jobs, they've experienced many of the same things.
Constantly surprise me, and I think they constantly surprise other people. We have pit bulls who are service dogs. We have little chihuahuas who are service dogs. We have Shiba Inus.
Well, just because you bought that breed is not a guarantee. And matter of fact, it's can be just the opposite when you put too much emphasis on believing the dog will be something because of the breed.
Brett compares choosing dogs for a specific job to choosing a basketball player to be in the NBA.
I can dribble a basketball. I can shoot a three-pointer and make it every once in a while, but I do not belong in the NBA.
As more and more science proves that breed does not equal behavior,
Good boy.
These experts have shown us it also doesn't equal ability. In Denver, I'm Jessie Cohen reporting.
It's fascinating.
It is, and I wonder if that's just changed as dogs have become more socialized and more developed, that maybe they were at one point more specific, but maybe not so much anymore.
And it makes me think that there could be a future for shelter dogs. Like, police dog trainers could come into a shelter and look at the puppies and see who might, suit their needs.
Who knows where this research will go.